Last night is a perfect example of why none of us should get too excited about wins or losses the rest of the season. I'm Jake. I can't skate. And this is a Flames hockey game day recap. Good guys lose 7-3 to the Washington Capitals. Is the score probably a little bit flattering? Sure. Was the defense pretty spotty at points during the game? Absolutely. Was this game interesting to watch? You better believe it. Here's how I'm looking at watching the rest of the season after the various changes the Flames have made and the point in the season we're at, combined with where we are in the standings. I'm watching the rest of the season like I would be the World Juniors. You might win, you might lose. You're definitely gonna see some fun hockey, and you're going to see mistakes made by young players, and in our case, by young and old players alike. The games are going to be extremely volatile. Case in point, in the first period, the Flames play arguably their worst period in a month after beating the third best team in the National Hockey League in the Carolina Hurricanes the game before. A little under 3 minutes in, and the Caps are having us in, cycling the puck around. It's a shot by Martin Faravari. Hendrix Lapierre gets the rebound. He scores. Rebounds were a big problem last night for Devin Cooley. One of the big reasons he's been such a revelation this year is because he hasn't been giving up a whole ton of big giant rebounds. That was not the case in the first period against Caps. Caps are still controlling the pace of play, and 7 minutes later, it's same kind of thing. Puck comes to Protas in front, he shoots, rebound, comes to Tom Wilson at the side of the net. Nobody's boxing out, nobody's marked Tom Wilson at all, and Tom Wilson, say what you will about him, but he's not gonna miss half a net from just beside it. 2-0 Caps. It's turnovers, it's sloppy play, it's rebound control, it's not boxing out on rebounds. And then we get a visit from our old friend Gap Control. Flames turn over the puck at the offensive blue line. Anthony Beauvillier gets it up to Justin Sordiff. Justin Sordiff takes it along the wall. Nobody's looking for trailers. Nobody clocks that Connor McMichael's coming in off the bench as a trailer. Sordiff is. He spots him and he hits McMichael with a pass, and McMichael's got 40 feet of ice with nobody around him. He takes 2 whole seconds to pick his spot and rips it over Devin Cooley's glove, and it's 3. So, obviously, this is gonna be a blowout right away, right? The game's over. Oh, not so fast. This is the Calgary Flames experimental era this season. And in the second, the Calgary Flames find their legs. Everybody's skating and forechecking like they're supposed to be. We're causing the turnovers. We're creating chances. Logan Thompson's very good at the start of the second. The shots even out. The Flames even take the lead in shots for a while. And then, as the momentum builds and builds and builds, and the ice tilts and tilts and tilts, it's some great work from Strome, who's been great since he came here, by the way. Strome gets it to Mata, who gets it across to Matvei Gridin, who finishes quickly, and it's 3-1. And then Zane Perek, who got into some penalty trouble today, takes his second penalty, an interference penalty, and things are looking bad. This is the unpredictable time of year with an unpredictable group who's playing loose. Remember, it's like we're watching junior hockey. Expect the unexpected. And if you expected 2 shorthanded goals in 1minute and 2 seconds, you're crazy, but you're awesome, because that's what we get. Caps win a face-off on the power play, but good old-fashioned puck pressure causes the D to turn it over, and Michael Backlund gets it up to Blake Coleman, who's behind the defense and putting on the Jets, and it's a clinical finish, straight top corner, and all of a sudden it's 3-2 late in the second. And then my favorite goal of the night happens, my absolute favorite, because if you remember early in the season, I talked a lot about how I hate that bump back pass as a power play breakout, and I don't understand why more teams don't intercept it, and praise the Lord, Joel Farabee picks off the bump back pass on the power play, and it sets up an odd man rush, and Farabee gets it over to Yegor Sharangovich, who scores, and we have a tie game. 3 after 2 when the Flames look dead and buried. It reminds me of how the season's gone. The microcosm of the season continues because the Flames dig out of the hole they dug themselves, only to take a deeper one later. And credit to the Flames, as always, they're working hard, they're doing what they can, they're hanging in there. Halfway through the third, it's still tied at 3, but the Flames are back in penalty trouble. And even though the penalty kill is surprisingly elite this season, and even scored 2 shorthanded goals to get the Flames back in the game yesterday, like a lot of things this season, eventually the dam breaks. It's Sandin with a point shot, and it hits traffic in front, specifically Blake Coleman, and he doesn't see it coming, even though it's right on his stick, so he kind of flails, and the puck drops right for Connor McMichael again, with nobody around him again, and he picks the corner again, and it's 4-3. And that really did break the Flames back yesterday. Literally 23 seconds later, the Caps are back in the zone, and they get a bounce off traffic in front. Justin sort of just puts it to the net from the sideboards. Cooley's cheating over it, deflects and goes in. It's 5-3. Little bit later, they get an empty netter. And then Ryan Leonard gets sprung on a breakaway in garbage time and makes Devin Cooley look silly, and we end with our 7-3 score. It started bad. It was kind of great in the middle, and the penalty kill showed its luster again. And we had some interesting performances from new guys and young guys like Matvei Gridin. Devin Cooley struggled a bit. And ultimately, that's what these last 20 games or so are going to look like. This team's going to be very unpredictable. it's gonna get some great performances. And at times, it's also gonna look very bad. But one thing about this period of experimentation and trying things and getting guys' looks, because that's mostly what we're gonna see, is it will not be boring. You will not be bored down the stretch by this Flames team. There will always be something to watch. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing play. It's sounding very much like we're on the cusp of a bunch of college signings in the next week or so, including Johnny Chestnuts and Cole Reshney, and probably Abram Weeb as well, if you believe Pat Steinberg. I'm excited for all of that. Do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, go Flames.